Righto, I'm in the process of deploying my solar charging system. I thought, well, it's going to be sunny all week, so now's the time to try it. Obviously, it's not going to work so well when the daylight hours are reduced or when it's cloudy, but it's as sunny as can be this week, so now's the time to try it. So I've not tried this thing in yonks, not tried it in ages. Now, it's a very odd looking device. It's basically a power bank with some solar regulation and stuff built into it. Now, what we've got there is an integral light. Looks a bit like, I say, 1950s oscilloscope, but that's an integral light. 3 outputs for some LED lights that come provided, and they are very good, actually, those LED lights. And it's also got a 2 amp 5 volt output there on USB, and that's the input from the solar charger. So yeah, that's the actual device in question, and it comes with, or at least my kit came with, this small solar panel. So hopefully between that solar panel and the battery that's in my tethered phone, I reckon I can get enough, possibly, depending on the condition and quality of the battery in that, enough energy stored up to keep this tethered phone running 24 hours a day for my internet connection. Now, if you haven't seen my last video, inside there is just an old Samsung phone. It's got an unlimited SIM in it, unlimited data SIM, and it's literally just tethered or hotspotted, and I run everything through that. So yeah, there is internet connectivity here in the cabin, but I like to be independent, and I'm always testing kit out all the time, so I like to be independent for comms and things like that as much as possible. Now, at the moment, it's covered over with the bag. Obviously, to stop the dew and the moisture and the damp and condensation getting into it in the night, but that's running at the moment off the AmmoCam power bank that I made recently. So that'll be swapped out once I've got some charge in that other thing for the other thing, and we'll see how we get on. Now, this was, I think I said already, completely flat when I turned it on, so I want to get some actual energy into it before I deploy it. And I want to see if it's, I think they call it sort of pass-through. Is it going to provide charge out as it's being charged itself? So we'll see. That's the first test. Now, yeah, here we go. So I've been called all sorts of names over the years, being a sea beer, a dumb sea beer, dumb crud sea beer, and much worse. But look at this for engineering. You can tell I'm an MIET, can't you? A member of the Institute of Engineering and Technology, I am. But you can see that in full effect here, because I've got this super duper sun tracking system that I've set up. Obviously, solar panels pick up maximum input when they're pointing at the sun. So yeah, better systems, they will track for you. But this manual system is what I've set up here as my sort of bush engineering type thing. So what I've got is, it's on the seat there, so I can move the seat to track the sun. And also I've got this dish cleaning sponge. It's got 2 grooves built into it already. I wasn't planning on doing this, and as you can see, that stops that solar panel sliding down on its own accord. So that's what that's for. So I think that's a tidy bit of engineering there, and every time I come outside or come out for a coffee or whatever, I can just adjust that to track the sun. I'm pointing pretty much south at the moment, so I will catch the sun most of the day until it drops over the back of the building into the forest. It'll still pick up a bit as long as there's some light, but for maximum input, really, you've got to track the sun and make hay, literally, while the sun shines. So we'll see how we get on with that. I will update you. And yeah, I've got a decent amount of charge in it now, so I will deploy that shortly, and we'll see if it's doing the sort of pass-through charging that I'm hoping it will do. Okay, quick update on the solar charging solution that I'm hoping will keep that tethered phone internet connection up 24/7. So I've deployed a cool bag around that solar power bank, whatever it is, just to keep the direct sunlight off of it. Now, that is a proper cool bag. It's lined with insulated material, so that should keep that cool inside of there. And I can confirm the phone is charging at the same time as that is being charged. Now, some devices, they do actually switch the output off when it's being charged, the actual device is being charged, and only when it's not being charged does the output come on and allow you to power external devices. This is not the case. It is charging that phone whilst it's being charged from the solar panel, which is great. So solar panel, that rudimentary tracking system is working super duper. Now I'm going to be out this afternoon, so I'm going to have to set it in a compromised position, as in pointing straight up, and it will pick up as much sunlight as it possibly can as the sun goes overhead, which is not quite there yet. Probably about another couple of hours it'll be directly overhead. So I'll move my tracking station out, so to speak, and that will be the best compromise. So there we go. So yeah, all fueled up. So I'm now going to prepare to hit the hills. Hello folks, welcome to my little solar generation corner. Now this is here to keep my tethered phone, my basically internet router going, hopefully off grid. And yeah, yesterday I charged up that funny looking thing, power bank thing. I didn't let it charge fully, and I think that buggered up the experiment somewhat. So it's not connected now to that phone. I've just let it charge all day. I've been tracking the sun with the the thing I showed you yesterday. So that's says on there it's now fully charged. I'll leave it be now, then I'll swap the phone over to run off of that as it gets dusk, and we'll see how it goes from there. Hopefully then it will sort of keep up. I don't know, we'll have to see. Anyway, it's about 28-30 degrees at the moment, so apologies for the display of leg, but I don't know, I don't get many female viewers on this channel, so perhaps a little bit of a hill walker's leg will attract some more viewership. So anyway, that aside, I'm mucking about here because I'm quite sort of now in a stable location. I've got a bit of time to experiment, which is great. So I've got another solar device. It's sunny, so I thought, why not? I've had this for years, used it about once, so it is a little, they reckon it's, I think they said it's 20 watts, little solar panel set up with a couple of USBs in there. So I've got some carabiners there to hang it up, and I got a USB lead there, but it's the wrong type of connector for my new phone, so I need to repopulate that with a USB-C, I think it's called now, for my newer phone. But I'm going to get that going. Now what I've got running at the moment is my power bank, the one I made. So unplug that. That's been keeping that tethered phone charged, because the actual battery in that is the original 2016 battery. It's not very good. So that's that thing I made. So that's, well, it's great, 13.4 volts. Now that ran that phone, that tethered phone, all night, well, probably about 18 hours, and it didn't even drop not even 0.1 of a volt. So yeah, lithium batteries, they do tend to hold their voltage anyway, but this has proved to be really good. Now, a lot of this experimentation is, as I look ahead, I want to be able to go to campsites and things without needing an electric hookup. So this is all part of the experiment, okay? Anyway, what I'm going to do for now is hang this up and then transfer that connection to one of the USB outputs here. And let's see if this can keep pace and keep that up around 100% for the rest of the day. And then I'm going to swap over to that funny looking, oscilloscopy looking power bank for the evening. And let's see if it's a fairly perpetual thing as I sort of go from nighttime to daytime, nighttime to daytime. We will see, we will see. Okay, having said that, at no point so far since I've been here have I lost connectivity to the internet due to anything really, including the phone running out of battery. Okay, I've been mucking around with this solar charger, fold up solar charger. Now when I had both devices plugged into it and the sun just came off of it a little bit, I could hear my phone dropping out of charge. So limited use current wise, I guess. I'm using good quality leads, so that's not the problem. So yeah, probably limited use here in the UK and other similar countries where we don't get a lot of strong direct sunlight. However, I just looked now, I've added 12% to it. I've unplugged the other device. I've optimised the position the best I can. The sun is up behind the tree a little bit now, and it is charging. I've put on 12%. That could be all the difference between being able to get an SMS out, make a phone call, get an email out or something like that in an emergency. So it's not totally useless, but just bear that in mind. I would say this is more sort of an emergency piece of kit. Having said that, you could improve the charge if you switch the device off, because there'd be none of the background services and all that type of stuff running. I'm not in a position to do that because I do need to leave my phone on 24/7 in case of problems as far as a family member's health is concerned. So that's that. So yeah, but yeah, I was thinking for a while it was crap, but now I've dropped it down to the one device. It has put on a useful amount of charge. I'll leave it be and I'll report in maybe in about an hour to see what we've managed to make it up to. Okay folks, that is done for the day. Phone charging off of it, that was starting to just go in and out like a fiddler's elbow with charge. So yeah, it brought it up from it actually dropped down to 61% when I plugged it in, and it went up to 78%. So it did some good, but like I say, once it comes out the old direct sunlight, it does start to get a bit flaky. So certainly has its uses. It has its uses, but I won't be going out celebrating it tonight, so to speak. Anyway, same day, I'm in different attire because I have had a shower and changed clothes because it was so damn hot earlier on. I wouldn't want you to think my name is Captain Stinky Bum or something like that. I do wash. So different clothes, same day. So that has been probably about a 2 or 3 hour thing. But it brought it 61 to 78%. So a useful percentage increase if you can get enough sunlight into the damn thing. And don't try and charge two things off of it at once. And if you want to get a little bit more charge, I could have probably got up to 85, maybe more, if I'd switched the device off. But as I said, I can't do that because I have to monitor the phone for calls 24/7. So there we are, that is it. I'm going to go and do some tea now, and loads of other things to do. I'm copying a load of camera stuff up to the Chromebook at the moment, and see where we are from there. Right, update on my solar charging situation. So yeah, that plan works out very well. I let it fully charge that little funny looking power generator, power bank, and ran the phone off of it all night. And when I went in at about 11 p.m, there were still 2 bars out of 3 running on the power bank, which is great. And yeah, it's charging up lovely this morning off the strong sunshine. So that is looking like it's going to run pretty much perpetually as long as the sun shines. So there we are. That's pretty impressive. I like that. I'm tempted also, maybe with a bigger solar panel, to put that up on my roof basket in the car, and pretty much just keep it connected to that thing all the time. When it picks up some light, some sunshine, it'll charge. At other times it won't, but hopefully most of the time it will maintain that at peak charge. So when I go somewhere, I will have at least something to run some light in and to run my internet connection. Right, so a quick update on my solar situation here. So yeah, it's been up and running all week. Pretty much forgotten about it, to be honest. So there we are. Sun's been so strong, I haven't really had to sort of track the sun too much. Not exhausted that at all this week. That power bank, internet connection, aka a tethered phone, that stayed up all week. Now I got here on Sunday. I just ran that until I got the idea to do this solar thing. I just ran that Sunday into Monday on my ordinary power bank that I made, and then Tuesday I started the experiment with this, but I didn't allow it to charge up fully. So I allowed it to charge up fully the next day. So proper deployment as such would have been Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's been up now for 4 days. Obviously, it would have been a lot different in the winter and if there wasn't so much sun. But I think that's pretty good. And it's just another string to my bow, really, for some renewable energy, or energy that I've generated myself, rather than having to rely on any sort of electric hookup. So several options. Hopefully at any stage there's always going to be something that's going to get enough charge into my kit to keep it running as far as internet, or perhaps in an emergency to get some charge into a phone or similar device. Last instalment of the solar project. Unplugged the solar panel last night at dusk. Just been running the tethered phone. Obviously the phone's got charge in it anyway, but still 1 bar left. So there we go. So I think improvement wise, I don't know, maybe some sort of waterproof enclosure, water resistant enclosure for that, in case I can't get shelter for it. And that was a lash up as far as the protective bag over that, so maybe some sort of little enclosure for that, because sometimes, like I've said before, with those tethered phones, I have had to literally take them to some sort of mast or something like that. And when you consider that there I was getting sometimes up to 25, 26 megabits per second, sometimes down to about 7 or 8, but never failed me once. In another location we'd be talking kilobits, not megabits. So small changes in location with this type of thing can make all the difference between a usable connection and one that is completely unworkable.